Thank you, Cathaoirleach. Firstly, Cathaoirleach, I'd like to welcome my brother, Gerald from Dubai, and my brother-in-law, Patrick O'Toole, and all my friends from Galway, and of course from Cork. My mother was from Clonakilty, so you've got to know that. Cathaoirleach, I would like to welcome the announcement by the Government to publish the general scheme of the bill that will facilitate a referendum on whether the Irish diaspora should be entitled to vote in our presidential elections. As someone who has campaigned to allow the diaspora vote in our elections for many years, I am absolutely delighted that this question will now firmly be put to the Irish people. Today I am not going to address the myths and fears surrounding this referendum, but instead speak to what kind of message a yes vote would say to the world and to our Irish community living right across the globe. We spend a lot of time in this country rightly expressing the pride we feel in giving the Céad Míle Fáilte to all those who visit our shores, and how that welcome contributes to our world-famous tourism industry that creates tens of thousands of jobs and enriches communities right across the country. When our country was on the floor and net immigration began to rise again for the first time since the 1980s, foreign direct investment in tourism is what kept our economic engine from complete collapse, and our new and old diaspora gave us hope of what was possible. In September 2009, 13% of this country was unemployed. Ireland's economy was falling rapidly at a rate of -7.1%, and for the first time since 1995, more people left Ireland than moved here. Yet, in the middle of this state of hopelessness, Ireland hosted its first ever Global Irish Economic Forum, which blended major global businesses, thriving members of the Irish diaspora, and some of our domestic champions to forge a future for how Ireland was going to exit its economic nightmare. It was this conference which espoused hope for our future and ultimately laid the seeds for what was the bounty of our recovery, a diet of foreign investment and tourism. As a nation, we have always done better when we open our minds, our hearts and our island. And it is in context that I would like this referendum to be framed. Connections to diaspora create more jobs, enhance communities and strengthen diplomatic ties across the world. Ireland is up there with the best in the world at harnessing these ties to our benefit, but we are not the best and we could be better. Those countries who are the best in the world give their diaspora a real and meaningful voice in their country. Rightly, in the local elections which just passed, every person who was living in this state was provided a vote, even those who may have been just in Ireland for a year or intend to only stay for 3. How can we say to those across the globe who wake up in the morning, log on to rte.ie, gather in Irish pubs to watch the GAA championships, teach their kids Irish dancing and hold passports to this country, that they are forbidden from having any democratic connection to our nation? What about our brothers and sisters in Northern Ireland, cast away by an English government who care little for the democratic desire to stay part of the European Union? What this vote will ask the Irish people is, every 7 years, do you want to allow our diaspora a formal say in choosing who is to represent our state, our island and our nation? As far as I am concerned, the Irish of the diaspora is just as Irish as every man and woman sitting in this House, and I relish the chance to play a role in fighting for their voice to be heard in our democracy. So I urge the Government to publish the scheme, then the bill, and let's have this referendum in October. Thank you, Cathaoirleach.
Thank you.